Welcome to this lecture. So in this lecture I am going to show you the way of handling the button on click event. So let's start this lecture. So head back to your Android Studio. So I am going to use the previous project and make some modification inside this project. So first I am going to do what? I am going to remove this view.onClick listener interface because I don't need it, because I am going to use the way of handling the button on click event. So inside of the way we directly set the onClick listener method to the button variable. Also, I'm going to remove this onClick method, but before that I'm going to copy this code because I need it later on in this project. And also I'm going to copy this code from this here and I'm going to paste it here. Then it's time to remove this onClick method. Also I'm going to remove this module. So here what I have done, also I'm going to remove this code. Then I'm going to comment this code. So this is the initial setup of the project for this video. So for setting now it's time to set the listener directly to the button. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to type first button dot set onClick listener interface. Then inside of this I'm going to type new, then capital V, and here you can see that view.onClick listener interface option arises. So simply hit a enter key or tab key. So I'm going to press a tab key. So you can see that it automatically completes the code for us. Again I'm going to do the same thing with the second button as well. I'm going to type set onClick listener and here I'm going to type new, then on. So you can see that it automatically arises onClick listener interface. When I press a tab key, so it will automatically complete the code for us. Then I'm going to remove this comment and the first two lines of code I'm going to cut it from here and paste it inside this second button. Again I'm going to cut this code and paste it inside this first button. So now by pressing Ctrl Alt L, so it will format the code for us. So all the coding is done for this way too. Now you can create another project and implement this practical. First you need to create the layout file and also then you need to inflate the views and then set the listener to the button. I have used the previous project because the process is little bit same. So now it's time to run the application because the coding is done. So to see the code in action, so I'm going to run it into my virtual emulator. Simply hit a OK key and wait for the Gradle to build the process. So you can see that our application is up and running. So when I click on this first button, so you can see that the color of the constraint layout is changes to red and the inside the linear layout the color is changes to blue. So when I click on the second button, so you can see that the constraint layout color is changes to gray and the color of the linear layout is changes to yellow. So if you want to make changes to the color, so you can change it from here, like if you want to make a black, or from yellow do you want to change a green, then you can change it. So again run the application inside the virtual emulator to see the changes of the code. So you can see that our application is up and running again. So when I click on this first button, so you can see that the color is actually changes to red and blue, and because I have not changes the code inside the first button set onClick listener, so when I click on this second button, so you can see that now the constraint layout color is changes to black and inside the linear layout the color is changes to green. So that is how the way of handling the onClick listener interface work. Because we can set the listener directly to the button as well, and sometimes we can use the way one to handle the multiple buttons. So which method to choose when? So the first way is useful when you are going to build the calculator application or maybe sometimes quiz applications, because the process is almost same. But if you want to create a login application, means you are going to create a login form or registration form, then for that you can use this approach, that is setting the listener directly to the button. Now in next lecture I'm going to show you the way 3, that is specifying the onClick as an attribute inside the XML file. That is not a recommended approach, but some developer use it to create applications. So that's all about this lecture. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next lecture. Thank you.